Welcome back from that break. And yes, the program Good Morning Abuja is still on your station of choice, NTFA Channel 5 is the station. And food sufficiency in the year 2024 is a focus as we want to discuss the importance of agri insurance as it relates to food sufficiency. And this morning, we are being joined in the studio by Mohammed Salman, the country manager for agriculture and climate risk enterprise limited. Good morning and welcome. And good morning.
Welcome to the program. Good morning. Good morning.
Yes. Now, when we talk about the most important security of all, when it comes to nation building, we talk about food security. People need to know that they are guaranteed at least the next meal. If not for anything, they know that it's available, whether they have to buy it, they have to just go get
Let
it,
it
or
just be
whatever. But
available.
just knowing food is there, it's available, it can be accessed, gives a certain level of peace.
Mm.
Now, with the myriad of problems that we have all over the place, from normal insecurity down to environmental factors, down to issues around climate and all of that, it's now pertinent on us to begin to see how we can stay sufficient uh, by other means. And this is where my question is going to come from. But let's begin by examining what financing in agriculture is about.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that wonderful overview. Just like you have rightly said, my name is Mohammed Salman, and I'm the country manager for ACA Africa in Nigeria. ACA Africa is an acronym for Agriculture and Climate Risk Enterprise. We are insurance intermediary, we are risk service provider. We interface between the agri insurance, reinsurance, aggregating firm, farmers, and even government organizations. Okay. Our major goal or our mandate is to ensure that we help increase the resilience of farmers to various agricultural and climate related shocks. Just like you said it's very important we now begin to examine the effect of climate and agricultural related peril. And these are one of the major causes of food insecurity and food shortage. You can come to think of a farmer in the cold northern part of the country after harvesting or probably after planting 10,000 acres of land, and probably we just have the emergence of flood or pest and disease infestation. How do that person get back to business? And so that's our mandate at Africa. That's what we do. And that's why we interface. We work with insurance companies, we work with aggregating firms, we work with farmers associations, commodity exchange, and even financial institutions. So back to your question, agrofinancing. Agrofinancing has to deal with, or financing agricultural or agro businesses. Agro business like poultry businesses, fish farm, what's it called, rice farmland, and so many more. Now, the financing aspect of it comes from a financer, like the participating financial institution like the Central Bank of Nigeria, notably the Anchor Borrower scheme of the federal government, and some other, micro business from some of these banks. So now the need for risk assessment needs to come into this what's it called value chain also. A bank that wants to finance a farmer in Meduguri needs to be sure that in case of any risk and uncertainty, their financing, their money, their resources is safe, and hence the need for agro insurance. So at Eka Africa, we help insurance companies, major stakeholders in the agricultural value chain, help develop products they can use to curtail most of these agricultural and climate related risks.
Well, I was going to ask because now you're talking about farmers in the states and all that. So, aside how like someone that's already established, the local farmers that will just um plant for themselves to eat, and then maybe any other extra they will be able to sell it out. Are they also included? And how would they go about this insurance? Why is it important for us for farmers as even those in the rural areas, rural communities? How why is it important for them, and how can they access this kind of insurance?
Thank you so much. Based on your question, and according to Bureau of Statistics,
Mm.
you get to know that 30% of the Nigerian population actually, falls under the agricultural sector. That
Okay.
means the agri sector has actually employed over 30%.
Mm.
And now, at Eka Africa, just like I've said, our core target actually smallholder farmer.
Okay.
These people that you're talking about, the
Mm.
people in the core rural society, the
Mm-hmm.
people that do not even know about
About it
insurance.
exactly.
And if you get to, based on statistics also, you get to realize that bulk of this production, of food production, comes from, the smallholder farmers.
Mm.
And hence, that's why at Eka Africa, we don't just wait for insurance companies, we don't just wait for government alone. We work with some of developmental partners like the United Nations, Mexico, Agrifin to embark on some developmental projects like
Okay.
scaling up of insurance uptake with some of these people. We take insurance to them, we let them know the
The
value of
value of it.
insurance, the
Okay.
importance of insurance. We develop products to suit their needs.
Mm.
So that's what we
Oh.
do.
Okay, so far, like how long have you been? And usually, I don't know, maybe in Nigeria, most people say all these things just all about talk. In fact, they don't even want to believe that there will be risk or something there because they'll tell you, my father was doing it before now, nothing happened. So what are you come to tell me that it's new? You just want to eat my money. In fact, the catching one most times is you want to benefit from them instead. So how are you able to convince them, and how has it been so far?
Okay, so great. So Eka Africa has been around for a while. For the sake of emphasis, I will mention to you that we have our head office in Nairobi, Kenya. We
Mm.
have a country office in Tanzania, Rwanda, Zambia, and currently in Nigeria.
Mm.
So we have been around since 2009.
Oh, okay.
Then in 2014, we partnered with Zebra PTA Reinsurance, to probably expand our impact, goals and numbers.
Mm.
So we have been around for a while. In Nigeria, we have been in Nigeria for the past 2, 3 years, even though we worked in the past as a consulting firm. But
Mm.
now we are coming to Nigeria fully. And notably, part of our engagement in the past 2, 3 years is we have been able to work with the popular Nigerian Agricultural Insurance Corporation. As I talk to you, we are the technical partner to Nigerian Agricultural Insurance Corporation. We have participated in the Anchor Borrower scheme and some other private organizations like the ICO, Leadway. We have an engagement with Leadway, there is
Mm.
Sakapu Insurance. So we are actually here to
Mm-hmm.
make a difference.
Difference,
We are
okay.
going to make advocates. Yeah, you're right. There's this mindset about insurance does not work.
Mm.
They don't pay. But then with the new work and the new management at NICOM, it's being regulated and things are now changed. People are now beginning to see the importance of insurance.
Okay.
Come to think of it, last year we had a kind of catastrophic loss when there was this national
Love.
flood. Imagine there are no insurance in place for some of these farmers.
Mm.
What would we be saying by now? So
Mm.
people are beginning to see themselves, and with the regulatory bodies playing their active role also,
Mm.
the mindset of insurance does not pay it in the past
That's
now.
so wow. That's good. Okay.
Um, Mr. Mohammed, one of our major challenges in this country now, presently, is security. Um, there are concerns that farmers cannot even access their farms,
Mm-hmm.
cannot harvest crops they planted, or even take um, the crops that are ready to be harvested. Um, Farmers complain about the constant interactions between the farmers, and herders of cattle
Mm-hmm.
and all of that. And it will look like the entire country is battling this whole issue around food, growing our food and keeping us food secure. As an insurance arbitrator, if I may
Service
use that, or
provider,
service
Mm-hmm.
provider,
intermediary.
yes, intermediary. Let's rate your experience for the 2, 3 years you've been here in the country, uh, vis-a-vis some of these challenges. What products are out there as insurance packages, and are they efficient? Do the farmers benefit from them?
Okay, so thank you so much for that question. Notably among the kind of product we have at Eka Africa is we have the area yield index insurance policy, we have the weather index policy, we have the IBS, that's the index-based livestock insurance. All this, like I said earlier, at Eka Africa because that's our area of expertise. We design, we modify, and we advance on products based on your needs. Do you understand? So notably is the area youth index. It's a kind of insurance policy that protects the farmer from flood, pest and disease infestation amidst others. But currently, we are trying to incorporate, what we call animal encroachment
Okay.
and adjustment
Mm.
into our policy so that we can be able to curtail and mitigate that
Not
perceived
just
risk.
flooding.
Just not just flooding and not
Okay.
just pest and disease infestation. So
Okay.
that's a typical example of that. And also at Eka Africa, we actually leverage on technology. So we can access your farm without even going to your farm
Mm.
using our remote sensing, drone, imaginary, and so many AI technology and means others. So
Mhm.
that's what we do.
That's
So
good.
Okay.
to be precise, also, just like you rightly said, we've had one or two of our partners talk to us about the farmers elder clash in the country, and currently we have a product we have developed to mitigate that risk.
Okay.
This is a kind of, I don't want to use the word a political kind of something, but then we are looking at how we can be able to fight that. But what we currently have around that is we have animal encroachment as a peril in our policy document.
Okay. Now, when there are infractions, whether from the weather, whether environmental factors, climate factors, or whether security factors like the header farmer clash and everything, how easy is it for enrollees into these insurance schemes to be able to access finance to be able to reinvest?
Thank you so much for that wonderful question. And in fact, that takes me to why I always tell people that digital inclusion is very, very important in agri insurance. Gone are those days whereby, as an insurer or as an insurance intermediary, I need to travel miles to Maiduguri to do a kind of pre-loss assessment or monitoring assessment or post-loss assessment. That takes a whole lot of weeks before you can be able to assess the extent to which there is a damage on a farm. And hence, it makes claims payments, payouts to take a longer time. But at Eka Africa, we have developed digital solutions. For example, and notably is our DigiBima. DigiBima is a digital tool that enables all the stakeholders within the agricultural insurance landscape to enroll on the system, from the farmer to the financial institution to the reinsurance company to the insurance company. So when we start from farmer onboarding to claims payments.
Mhm.
So the era of waiting for 1 week, 2 weeks before you can pay a farmer back whatsoever
Was lost.
as loss is
Mm.
gone within 48 to 72 hours with supporting documents intact, claim supporting documents intact. A farmer is able to put back to where he or she was before the loss.
Oh wow.
We came to realize that a farmer that had actually cultivated during the dry season and had actually suffered some loss has to wait for like 3 to 4 months before he is able to get a payout. Payout is the claim.
Mm.
Payout is the amount used to indemnify a farmer.
Mm.
So we came to realize 2 to 3 months is a whole lot. It actually contradicts the next planting season. It doesn't enable them to
Exactly.
move.
I was going
So
to
that's
say,
why we developed a
yeah.
kind of digital solution so that the insurance company that is going to pay the farmer back is on the system. It sees when we onboard the farmer. It sees when we go to the field to do a monitoring inspection, and in case there is a loss, all the history and everything is there. So you don't have to do a lot
I
of
was going to ask that
documentation.
how do you find, but when I heard monitoring, you actually go to
We
monitor.
we
So
do
okay,
we do
after
monitoring.
cashing out, after they cash out, do you actually still go to monitor to make sure they actually make use of the funds given
So
to them? Because for farmers, I would expect maybe you give them seeds and all that. Maybe they should put you through how to get the actual seed, correct seed for them to plant, and not maybe
No,
monetizing it.
that's not. I don't think
so
that
so so
insurance doesn't work that way. There are
insurance
companies
So
also.
they
selling
actually
insurance
give
So
you.
this
companies.
Oh
see,
no, there's like the seedling for the
Are
farmers
they
actually
giving the
use.
insurance
no
company
no
So
seedlings?
no.
no, like if you are giving them money now to go and buy the seedling, will they actually go and buy the seedling? You're
Wait,
now
the
diverting
question
for
is when
something
you are
else.
paying your premium. Are you paying premium with seedlings?
Okay,
Receiving.
but
So
now
this
anything that has to do with cash, you have to make sure you
yeah, I
use
understand.
No,
I
for that
if a
purpose.
understand.
farmer takes a risk
Mm-hmm.
and decides to insure his farm,
Mm.
and the farm,
There's
maybe
a lot.
for one factor or the other,
Mm-hmm.
there's a loss, and the
Mm-hmm.
insurance company pays him. It's his choice to whether want to
Use
continue in
the
the path of
business or
farming
not.
exactly,
or
yeah.
change his business.
Okay,
Exactly.
So
we can
that
try to
so
change it.
the
It's not
business
insurance.
between the insurance company and the farmer
It's
is
not
for that
okay.
present farm or
Farming
that farming
season.
season
Mm-hmm.
or
Exactly.
something, I should say.
No,
And
okay.
again, I
But
think I understand the angle where she's coming from. Probably
Uh-huh.
she's talking about a situation whereby maybe a bank or financial institution has actually financed a
Mm-hmm.
farm
Mm-hmm.
they
or
farm,
financed something.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So in that situation, that's why we have a policy document. Policy document is a kind of a comprehensive document that has, so many clause, endorsement, and the likes, stating each party that has to do with the contract. So it's like a contract, it's like the agreement
Mm.
between the insurance company and the farmer.
Farmer.
So in
Okay.
case or in a situation whereby a farmer is being financed by a financial institution or probably an aggregating firm, in times of payouts, you don't pay to the farmer,
Oh
You pay
wow.
to
you
the
pay to the financier.
okay.
Because
Okay.
we have had situations in the past whereby when you pay to farmer, he
Hmm.
refused to pay back the loan,
Exactly.
whereas the insurance company has paying. So there is a kind of clause, we call it a lien clause in the policy document. The moment you have a lien clause in the policy document, it's stating that in case of a loss, when you want to pay, you pay back to so far
Okay.
so.
Mm-hmm.
So we
All
are
right.
able to fight that when we talk about.
Okay. Well, we've been having this wonderful conversation
Conversation.
talking about agriculture
Mm-hmm.
and, of course,
Insurance.
insurance.
Yeah.
The need for us to invest heavily in ensuring
Mm-hmm.
agricultural products so that at least we can say we are food sufficient. And this conversation has been very interesting because we've been sharing thoughts with Muhammad Salman, the country manager for ACA Africa. ACA Africa being an acronym for Agriculture and Climate Risk Enterprise Limited. It's been a pleasure having you on the
Same
show.
here,
Thank you for
same
coming
here.
on the
Thank
program.
you. It's my pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's still good morning, Abuja. Let's go on a short break. When we come back, the program